Good evening, everyone. Welcome to another beautiful day with us on Live with Lloyd. I am your host, numerologist Lloyd Strayhorn. And as you see, featured today is my brother, King Solomon, who will be with us in just a moment. I want to thank everybody for joining us. This is the Live with Lloyd family, as far as I'm concerned. That's how I consider it. Anyway, before I start, I want to thank Jazz Aphrodite for sitting in for me this Monday. I went to visit family members, and it was a very nice experience, believe me. It's always nice to be with family. Anyway, today's show is being sponsored by Miss Kimberly Manifest on Purpose podcast. It's every Monday and Wednesday in the morning. Also, Monique, which we call her Nicole or Monique interchangeably. She was on last Wednesday, a week ago, and it was really nice to see how things started. But she's celebrating 50 years, and trust me, go to her store at 1396 Fulton Street in Brooklyn. Tell them you saw it on the show here, Live with Lloyd, and you will get a discount. Also, Rizza Islam's wonderful, wonderful supplement. And of course, it leads me into my guest that's going to be on in a moment, King Simon, talking about an ancestral tribute to Baba Dick Gregory. And also, he has authored a new book. So we're going to be talking about that too. But before we do that, let me do the forecast. The forecast is Wednesday. It is certainly, in a couple of days, we will be actually moving into the sign of Virgo. But right now, the sun is still in Leo. Moon is in Pisces, but less than, what time is it? Less than 5 minutes ago, the moon went into the sign of Aries. So for those of you who had children today, if they were born anytime before 7 o'clock, their moon is in the sign of Pisces. Anytime from after 7:01 tonight into the next day or two, the moon will be in the sign of Aries. So this person will be a fire sign with a fire moon. So that should be very interesting. Mercury is still retrograde. It's a 7 universal month, a 1 universal week, a 1 universal day. So if you happen to be a Leo or an Aquarius, like my guest, or born under the sign of Aries, or born on the 1st, like my guest, or the 4th, or the 10th, the 13th, 28th, or 31st of the month, well, this is a good date for you, actually. And so all you got to do is just pick up or download my Star 8 mobile app. That's ASTAR 8 mobile app. And you can download it on either star8.com or download it on your platform, which is Apple, which is also Android. Alrighty. So without further ado, I do want to bring on my guest. Here he is. All right, Simon. Wait, hold up. Where you go? Where you go? Hold on. Okay, I clicked on it. How come it's not working? Hold on, Simon. I see Simon. No. Yeah, I can hear you. There we go.
The champ is here. The champ is here. The champ is here.
Simon, I love the background. I like the background. You know that as soon as I see numbers, I'm like, it gets my attention, okay?
Oh, Lord.
My brother, how you doing? How are you?
I'm like Stevie Wonder, baby. Like Stevie Wonder, baby.
You know, it's interesting. Your numbers are the 1, 4, and Stevie Wonder's numbers are the 4 and the 1. But before I do want to give a shout out to Terrell and Alana in the Bahamas. Rangers. They're coming into the city over the holiday weekend. And also Stephen and Carol Williams out in Chi-Town, Chicago. And among all the regular people that I have, it's really nice. Simon, first of all, how you been? Other than just Simon.
Like I said, we are the champs. The champ is here. The champ.
First of all, let me go back. Congratulations on getting the award, Billy Carson's annual event. I think this is now the second year, if memory serves me correct.
This is the second year, brother. And, I'll be remiss because it's not just I won the award. We won the award, sir. We won the award, sir.
Ooh, that's nice,
We
Simon.
won the
Hold
award.
up. Let me put full blast on that one.
We won the award.
That's nice.
We won
That's nice.
for television host of the year on Forbidden Knowledge TV and network. I shouted you out on the network also, and I shouted you off on the stage. We won this award, sir.
Yeah,
Thank you very much.
I saw that. I saw that. Embarrassing as always, but you don't think so. But congratulations, because everybody know Billy Carson don't play.
Yeah,
And the fact that your segment was the segment of the year, that says a lot. So
Man.
congratulations. So there are two major events I missed this year. One, your presentation in Florida, and also Brother Rich's event in Atlanta. I understand that was really out of this world. Monique, who was on the show last Wednesday, talked about it. She said it was just the energy was just so live and whatnot,
Man, Lloyd, that was I hosted both of them. I hosted the conference at the Forbidden Knowledge Award. That's what we do.
Sure.
And I hosted Brother Rich both days. I hosted those both days, and it was a injected boost of fresh air. And we got many more things to come. Of course, next on the 31st, August 31st, Brother Rich has a double Dutch workout free event in West End, Atlanta. And I'm the MC for that also. And then, of course, I'm doing my thing in October. But let's stay focused. Let's stay focused.
Yeah, in fact, let's focus on this event first. Tell us about this event.
Well,
and what inspired it? What inspired it?
Well, of course, Baba Dick Gregory's born day is the 12th of October. And of course, I do an annual thing with Baba Ashwa Kwesi. So I said, let me put the two together since I'm celebrating my 29th year in promotion and productions professionally, because I started promotions in New York professionally at SOB's nightclub myself. Kafunya was already there. I was the person coming in right after Kafunya when she went into her management stint. Happy belated birthday to Kafunya also. 70th.
It was past Friday.
Her 70th birthday at that. 70 years of age. Kafunya. Wow. Big up to 70. Big up to Kafunya. So this particular day is going to be an all day. It's actually going till 8 p.m. I forgot to send you the new one that says from 11 to 8. So the opening day is going to be Tassili Ma'at, who's doing the opening affirmation for the day. And then we're going to have Sister Golda X, aka Sister High Heel. She'll be giving the link between the Nation of Islam and Dick Gregory. Then we have Brother Rich and Red Pill and Blue Pill that's going to come up. That's going to talk about their interaction with Dick Gregory back in the day. And then Dr. B. Lorenzo Sanford, our astrologer friend.
Yeah, from Atlanta.
He won't be doing astrology on that late, but more than likely probably drop a little. But he was inspired by Dick, so he's going to do a musical interlude that day because he's a musician and he's also one of the drummers for the Fela Kuti play. So we will be having him, and so he's going to do a nice drum rendition for our brother Dick Gregory, one of the African drums that he's been practicing. I believe he's going to come in and do what he has to do. And then Dr. B. Sirius will be also closing out that segment as we're coming out of Red Pill, Blue Pill, Lorenzo Tate. And then we're gonna do an hour's break and prepare for Baba Ashwa Kwesi and Mira Kwesi. Mira Kwesi might not come because she has to take care of her 100-year-old grandfather, but a 100-year-old father, but Ashwa Kwesi's daughter lives out there. Shashin Kwesi, she'll be out there. She's a Kemetic yoga teacher, and more than likely I'm going to have her say a few words and do her thing. And then we're going to bring on Ashwa Kwesi. So I usually bring Ashwa Kwesi every year, either New York or Georgia. We try to work it in to make sure. And people, please scan that QR code that's right here. Scan the QR code and that Lloyd is sharing right now. You can just scan it if you want to be a part of. That's the early bird tickets. I had $25 in July, and now in August it's $35. Then September is going up to $45, and then October it will be $55 for the whole day. That's the end. And if you do take a snapshot of this flyer, if you can't pay for it, early birds, take a snapshot of this flyer and show it at the door. You get $5 discounts at the door with the flyer if you show it at the door, and you can't get that early bird ticket
here on Live with Lloyd show too.
And
so
they're here with
$5 off.
Yeah, get
You
filed
know,
out.
it's interesting because the last time I saw Dick Gregory live was with you, and we were out in
Mm-hmm.
Brooklyn,
Mm-hmm.
and he was late, and you and I wound up hosting and
Yes,
talking until he arrived there. You know,
exactly. Oh, yeah, that's right. At UAM.
yes, UAM,
Yeah, at the
yes,
UAM, the United
African
African Movement.
movement,
Yes,
yeah,
with Sister Lyola, and of course the great Alton Maddox, the warrior at law, late great
yeah,
one.
yeah,
You
yeah.
know, he's born July 21st, and his wife is born January 12th.
And it's interesting because at that time, during the time of Tawana Brawley episode
Yes,
in the
yes.
80s, he and C. Vernon Mason, who was
Steve
born
Mason.
October 31st,
Right,
were the, and in fact, when they had the Slave Theater in Brooklyn,
right,
in fact, Al Sharpton sent me right next to Tawana Brawley. That's when I found out her birthday. You know, anytime I sit next to
right.
somebody with your
Yeah.
birthday, I don't care who it is.
Now is they born the 31st or the 21st? It's the 21st, right?
No, he's a 4. He's October 31st, if memory serves me correct.
Automatic.
No, no, not automatic. C.
Yeah, I
Vernon
know.
Mason.
Yeah, automatic is July 21st, right?
No,
Yeah.
that I
So,
know. That I know.
yeah,
But C. Vernon
and
Mason
Seaverse
was
is
born
31st,
October
right?
31st. Yes.
October 31st, right,
Yes. And I was
right.
also had the opportunity of being invited to his home. So you and I have a nice history of all these things that have transitioned that people now just talk about or read in the history books, you know? So anyway,
Exactly.
now you got to tell me about, and listen, I know you can't stay long, but we got a
I can
lot of
stay. I
people.
can stay until 8 o'clock, whatever. Because my sister, the co-host says she can't make it on, so I'm not going to do the show tonight. So I'm here.
Okay, good, good. Because what I wanted to do is, excuse me, have you do
Yeah.
readings, my friend.
Oh, okay.
All right.
Whatever.
Because
Let's do it.
you know, because somebody asked me about your style, my style. I says, what about styles is very unique. We both Aquarians, we both brothers, and no matter
Yes,
how
sir.
we do it, you do it your way. So I think I'm
Right.
gonna let you do the readings. That's gonna be you. So
Okay.
people can, I know you're busy already, but people can
It's all
still
right.
call you, schedule appointments. But before
No
we do
problem.
that though, what inspired this book?
Oh man, brother, this is my fifth book, the children's book. It was inspired by a song that I wrote back in 1989, and this particular song went up to number 5 on the reggae charts, and it's called "Black and White Story." But this and the actual bridge of it is got "Let we tell the story." So I named it. What's so funny? It's the illustrator with her beautiful eye, her mind. She's born 11/27. She's born the same day as, of course, Bruce Lee and Jimi Hendrix, I believe.
Yep,
You know,
yep.
so, and with her beautiful mind, she said, "Let we tell the story." Although she listened to my song and she heard it, that's what stood out in this young lady's. And I met this young lady who did the art for the front page and throughout the book. I met this young lady at Brother Panic's memorial homegoing. And that was
Interesting.
yeah.
Interesting.
So we met sitting at the same table together. So we all was sitting at the table. Myself, actually, Dr. Shakiro at the table. Shabazz was there. Alim was there. A whole bunch of us from back in the day of LIU was there. So
Sure,
I was happy
sure.
I was happy to come. But yeah, if you do buy the book, you'll see the link to the song itself, Black and White Story, and the YouTube. All you have to do is punch up that link and it will come up and you'll get to hear the song for free. But it's a good children's book, and the artwork in the book is beautiful. If you want me to show the artwork, I can show that also while we're here.
Please. All I was
Yeah.
able to get was just the front and the back of the book.
Oh,
But
you didn't get the book yet, bro? I thought you got the book already. Okay,
no, you sent it. No, I didn't get it yet. No.
Okay,
Listen,
I'll send
had
it to
I
you.
got the book, it would have been on the screen. You know me. Anytime you
Yes,
write
sir.
something, send me something. Okay.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. So let me show the front of the book. Let me
Please
show
do.
the artwork that your sister did.
Hold on. Let me put it on. Put you on full screen.
Let me. As my lighting is here.
Yeah.
Let me turn on some of my light over here. I got my light here. Okay, great. Now, see, now you can see the book. So I got my. So look at her. Look at the artwork this beautiful sister provided.
Wow.
And let we analyze the story. Then when we go into it, we talk about white history, how they started us with slavery, and then we said, they said we were black and ugly, but lies they told in our history, and then from there on, after that, I started saying how because black is beautiful, and all of them agree they came out of the mountains and mixed up our seed. Then I went into all the great people. Now this picture, you can see this picture right here. This is Dr. Laila Africa in a cartoon form right here. Dr. Laila, yeah, because he's one of our ancestors. Of course, we had it's white, it's black, it's white, but let we tell the story. Yes, it's black, it's white, but let we tell the story. That's a cartoon of me, Dennis Brown, myself in the middle, Dr. Sabi over here, one of my Dr. Sabi at the end here, my grandfather right here in a cartoon form. Then we go in to tell the story. We're the first to come up with anatomy, to analyze the truth about our body. We're the first to come up with biology, to analyze the lives in their vicinity. We're the first to come up with Egyptology. Look at these beautiful pictures.
Wow, she is excellent.
Yeah, to construct it's
excellent
really about the art. We're the first to come up with psychology. We're the first to come up with musicology. So I went into it just like that. So it's really about the artwork. It's really about the artwork, my brother. So that is really what it is, because it's about, a picture is better than 1,000 words, so it's always about the artwork with these beautiful children. So I love to big up Rainbow Art. If you ever want to hit her up at Rainbow Art to do any of your books, or if you want children's book done or anything, she's very good at what she does. And she has a very good mindset to make it. And also big up Joshua Sarah, who helped us to upload. It took a little time because I think we were going through retrograde or something like that. And it was taking time to get it up, but it was all good. We did what we had to do to make it happen.
Although you put it in a children's form, historically, that is true. Black music is America's music. We started country western, blues, jazz, rock and roll, hip hop. Okay. We started it all.
Started music all over the world.
Nobody, but again, my attitude is not taking anything away from us either. Okay,
it started all over the world, Baba, because the heartbeat, we recognized the heartbeat was one of the first drums.
Yeah.
And then we started creating drums. And we started. I remember Baba Olatunji at SOB showing us how to use the hand and the whistle. Yes, our dear late great Baba Olatunji. I used to do the Kwanzaa festivals with him back in the day. So big up to him.
To WLIB, WBLS.
Yes.
Where we all meet at these radio stations we worked at. We met all these artists.
Yes.
Shaba Ranks, you name it.
Yeah. I used to work with Shaba also. And, Baba Olatunji was born April the 7th back in the day. So, he had that 7 energy and really creative and analytical. And he was really one of the top-notch analysts when it comes to that drum and doing all of that brought us into, he loved the djembe. He had all types of different percussions. And so we had a great time together, and he showed us how to make sounds through our hands and whistle through our hands. And he was playing.
I mean, we were doing that at one point too.
Yep. He was playing the fruit through. I was like, man, this brother here, man, powerful. But it just goes to show us, Lloyd, that we're on a journey. And if you're, like I always stress to my clients, don't leave this planet without sharing your unique gifts. All of us have a unique gift.
Every single one of us have a unique gift.
Exactly.
And the Creator left no one out. No one. It's I think my attitude is what we do or don't do with our special gifts.
Yeah, exactly.
And that we have no control over. And I talked about you the other day about the title of your book, Numbers Are Simple. Why are people so the numbers are simple, Simon? They only go from 1 to 9, but it's the people is complicated. What's that about?
Yeah, well, brother, thanks to you and various others and I remember I tell people, my first book wasn't even your book. My first book was Helen Hitchcock's book.
Yes.
That was my first book that I ever got from in numerology. But I remember listening to you, and then I said, you had to go to the libraries or those bookstores to go get books. I couldn't just order and it come to Amazon. So that's the first book I seen in the library. I didn't see your book in there back in 89, 88 yet. So she had it there, and boom. Then I started listening to you more and more, and then finally got your book. I forgot where I even got the book from, because I know I bought it from either Nicholas at that time, or it was you remember the bookstores in Harlem or in Brooklyn. You know what it was? It was what you call it? AB Bookstore.
Oh, yes.
AV Bookstore. Yes. AV Bookstore. I got your book back in downtown Brooklyn. So I knew Rawl and all of them back in the day. He was from Trinidad and all that. So they used to come out to my reggae shows because I was an MC. And, I went up to number 5 on the reggae chart that particular year, 1990. And 1990 adds up to a number 1. So that was one of my years.
Yeah,
so it was
I would expect it that way.
Yeah, it was one of my years.
Children's book was number 5 in UK and Canada, if I'm not mistaken, right?
My reggae show, the reggae song. Yes, it was number 5 in UK. It was a 5 in Canada. It was number 5. Went up high up in the chart, definitely in Canada and definitely throughout Jamaica at that time, the Caribbeans at that time, because David and them was always pushing it. Bobby Condas, David Levy, all of them, Prince Kalunda, everybody in New York was pushing.
Yeah, he had his birthday just passed, David Levy.
August 7th, right? August 7th.
Yeah, that's exactly right.
That's my boy. Yeah, that's my boy. We've been going at each other as far as MCs all the time. And he was the one that brought me, because of my song, he brought me into the Q Club that was around the corner from Nicholas at that time. Remember, Nicholas was located at 14th Street, Union Square area. So they had the Marks Ballroom. You had Underground Nightclub. You had Irving Plaza. The Palladium was around that area at that time. So I remember that particular night, Shabba Ranks was performing. It was either Shabba and I went at Shabba's biggest night at the Underground Nightclub over there in the Union Square earlier. That's so beautiful.
Shabba Ranks was hot. I think he was born January 8th, if I'm not mistaken.
January 17th.
Right. I know he's an 8th.
Exactly.
Because I hadn't seen him in about 2 decades. So
and I've worked with him. So, I worked with him on stage. I opened up for him in the as far as the show concerned in the Q Club back in 1990, because my stuff was climbing the chart also. So I opened up for him. I remember I was giving away the books. I ordered, guess who books I ordered? I ordered Carol Taylor's book, The Little Black Book, back in the day. You remember Carol Taylor?
Yes, definitely.
I ordered her book and gave it to the audience of men that might be going through anything as far as crime. They had to be very careful of crime on the street and all that kind of stuff. She had a little black book to warn black men about how to deal with police and all that kind of stuff on the street. Yep. I remember giving that, because I was always that conscious one that gave away, because I was in the Muslim community and then got into the whole singing and all that. So yeah, it was a powerful thing, man. Powerful.
Now I've got to turn on the phone. I mean, it's like in the comment section, it's like a whole lot of people up in here. So now what do you want to do? How do you the readings are going to be brief because there's so many of you, and Simon's got his own way of how he does things. The brother is just the best. Okay.
Yes, sir. Yes.
So here we have Cheryl Lee. She says tomorrow is her birthday, which means she'll be born on August the 22nd. So what would you say for Cheryl Lee?
Wow. Cheryl, let's deal with what you need to do, because coming from an alignment, achievement, or pinnacle number, which is the number 30, which is a 3, writing your ideals and stop holding things in your head is very important for you. Because when I look at things, I look at numerology from a holistic perspective. And of course, if you look at the year that she's going into, if you add the 2024, that adds up to 2054, and that adds up to a number 11. So this is a very good year for lighting your way, because 11 is the equilibrium between the physical and the spiritual path. So all the downloads that are coming to you got to write, because your alignment number is already a 30, which is a 3. 8 plus that 22 equals a 30, which is a 3. In compound numerology, that's the mindset number. You got to be on a high level of high mindset and be willing to use that 0 at that 30, because zero gives a protection, and it gives infinite, it opens up infinite power to the 3 that it follows. So anything dealing with expansion, growth, music, art, whatever you need to do. And because you're in an 11 personal year, you got to be able to take what you're downloading and uploading from your soul and from the universe and put them to work. I say use your number 22 and say, look, I'm going to do this in 22 days, 22 weeks, 22 months. The 22nd of every month, I'm going to take myself to the next level. That's
but interesting enough, when I did her birthday mentally in my head, she's in an 11 universal year.
11 universal, exactly.
So with that means she's got 2 master number energies going for her this particular year. So Cheryl Lee, it's almost like you ain't got no excuse, girlfriend, not to handle your business.
Unless you don't do it, because sometimes that 22 goes right to a 4 and you start overthinking, thinking too damn much. You stop overthinking and just do it. As long as it's positive and productive, just do it. What you got to do? What you got to lose? If it's positive, as long as you're not hanging and swinging on a pole, do it. I'd be like, come on now. Lord, I'm just one of those.
Having you, my man.
I mean, we all look, Lloyd. We all gonna die, right? We all gonna transition.
Amen on that one. You never lied on that one. That's a guarantee. We can predict that with accuracy. Everybody's not. No one leaves this planet alive. No one.
Exactly. So why not do what you have to do while you're on this planet without fear? But most of us are hung up on old traumatic things that we held on to and all that kind of stuff, and that is the problem. Stop holding on to those traumas, or start clearing the way of those traumas and get out of the drama and the trauma and start being more powerful and magnetized to your goal and your purpose in every little way, man. It's so important nowadays. Bro.
Okay, now this is Cheryl Erb. She is Lachelle. She is born October the 8th of 1962.
Right.
And her son is, she was born at 12:38 p.m., which means her son is in the 10th house. But she says, let me tell the story this weekend. Congratulations, Simon. That's what she's saying.
And, she's born the same day as the great Pascal Beverly Randolph, one of the first African-American metaphysics teachers. Also, she's in her critical cycle before her birthday.
Yes,
critical cycle started on the 19th, I believe, around August 19th. August 19th it started. So one of my friends that just went through a major accident in the critical cycle just the other day. And he was born October 9th. So in a critical cycle, just pay attention to what you're doing, how you're doing things, and pay close attention to the elders that are around you. If wise counsel is very important in a critical cycle. And because you're born under that 8, which is one of the old soul energies, you got to always tap into the old things like the Sankofa energy and bring it. And your life path adds up to a number 9 also when you add it all together. So it's very important for you to say what you mean what you say, but always think on a higher vibratory level. And always think on a high vibratory level. And don't second guess your powers, because you are a powerful person that taps into the ancestral realm real quick. So I don't have to dilly-dally around your numbers. I see what's happening. You just have to, again, stay disciplined, stay focused, stay structured, because we know that number 8 is that number of discipline and order and balance and justice. The infinity symbol, it looks like. That's what it looks like. So infinitely stay disciplined, organized, structured, and you should have multiple streams of income at all levels. Go ahead, Lloyd. I'm sorry.
No, amen on that one. Listen, and don't forget, this year is the year of the 8, and she's in an 8 personal year too.
Exactly.
Which is a financial type of energy. In fact, Cheryl Erb, you would be our new best friend for the year. Okay.
Yeah, as long as she's a philanthropist, yes, she would be. if she's stingy, the negative of that is not going to be good.
Now, this is from Brother DS. He's born November the 6th of 88 at 9:13 a.m. He says, how is the rest of his year looking?
Well, see, when I see a number like that, he's born the same day as Zig Ziglar.
Yes.
So
yes.
Zig Ziglar is
a salesperson.
Famous salesperson. So his alignment number is an 8 already, because when you add that 11 plus that 6 equals 17, which is an 8, that's the legacy leaving number. So don't worry about this year. Look into 10 years from now. Have a plan to set up for a 100-year plan like Zig Ziglar would have taught you. So it's very important that you go and study somebody like Zig Ziglar and put him on your radar. Although he transitioned, put him on your radar. See, one thing about people with that, anytime I see those 8, then he's born in the double 8s too. If you
right, because I was going to say not only that, but 1988 as a 26, which is an 8.
Exactly, so and his whole life path is a 7. Yeah. So he has to be very careful of overthinking. Stop overthinking and worrying about this year. Look at the legacy that you need to leave, because your first pinnacle, your alignment and your achievement number has said that you're supposed to be setting up legacy from the time you was young. They should have taught you about trust, how to handle bank account, how to do all of that, because you're born under the magnetic number of the number 6, and that 6 is here to bring balance, love, truth, justice, reciprocity, and healing
and
for
some money.
Nation.
And because of my research on my book, If you're born on the 6th, the 15th, or the 24th, that is the number that tends to make the most money in this country, numerically
Exactly.
speaking.
Yes, in your
So,
book and
dear
in your
Shay, that's too much of an excuse, buddy. You
in your
know?
book and in your boy's book, Kenneth Dickerson, he was born on the 6th also. Go
Yeah,
figure that
January
one.
6th. Yeah, January 6th.
July 6th, July 6th, July 6th.
July 6th, that's right, exactly.
Yeah, that's your friend, man. How you forget your friend?
Simon, I got so many birthdays.
Me too.
My
I
birthday
know.
file is very long.
I know. We got a lot of birthdays in our head. But if he wants to know about his year, you got to remember, sir, from my perspective, you're still resonating in 2023, coming and feeling the effects of 2024. So you're feeling the effects of a 6th personal year going into a 7th. So you're in the crossroads of your life. You're in a good year because of the 6th personal year. So please find balance, go and educate yourself, go learn, go take your business or yourself spiritually to a next level, because you're going into a 7-year cycle also, or feeling the effects of it. Also, both of them, you got a double effect because your birthday haven't showed up yet. So pay attention to both energies right now. Pay attention to both ends.
Well, ahead, here's our girl right there, Monique Nicholas. All right.
Oh!
Hi, Monique.
What's up, Mo? What up, Mo? How are you, Mo? She came out to the gathering, and she was like, "Whoa, wow!"
Monique is amazing. I mean,
yes.
you really got to meet the sister and be in the energy of her store. You have no idea.
I had to turn on my fan. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
That's all right. You go right ahead, buddy. You go right ahead.
Sir.
This is your show. So anyway,
yes.
This is another king. They're born 9/11/82.
So think about this. 9/11. That's a power. That's always alerting you. When I see those symbols of things that we commonly use as in the phone dialing system, anytime 9/11, it's always alerting you to do something. Alerting you to be on time, and because you have the master number there, 11.
Simon. I like how you put that. That makes
because
sense.
It's something that when we want something, when there's an emergency, who we call? The police. 9/11. We call 9/11. So if you realize that 9/11 is one of those powerful numbers in angel number book, it's called a very important number that you keep positive mindset concerning your spirituality based on career ideals, positive thoughts, and your most important assets right now is your positive thoughts and the way you download information and translate it into something that's going to be successful for you. Because your alignment number, when you add it together, is 9 and 11 equals 20. And remember what in compound numbers, what 20 is. It's the number of the awakened and discernment and awakened to some great purpose. So you need to be aligned with your purpose, and your 11 will show you the purpose if you pay attention to it. That's how powerful 11 is, because it reveals.
You know what, Simon? I like it when you get excited. You know, when you get excited, I love it.
And of course, that person's life path is 2002. 2000. It adds up to a 4. So sometimes they live in their own head.
Exactly right.
They live in their own head, but they need to structure and discipline and build what they want to accomplish in this realm. Going back to that last person. But yeah, go back to this person now. We got a new person.
Born July 27th of 57 at 11:28 p.m.
11. Well, I don't do the. You do that, right? You do
that.
That's
what the sun is and whatnot. But that means she's born. That means she's down at the bottom of the scale. So that means she would be somewhere around the 3rd or the 4th house. I would say she's between the 4th and the 3rd house if an astrologer did her chart. But anyway, she's a fire sign with a 5 number, which means she's no joke. So what say you, Simon?
Right. Well, you know, her alignment numbers are 34. Which is 2, 3, and 4 is the communication numbers. So it's about you communicating clearly, because you do say what you mean and mean what you say. But because the 27 add up to 9, you have to do it from a humanitarian and love frequency. And then because your life path breaks down to a number 20 or a number 2, you got to stop second guessing yourself, because the 2, that's your life path, is in contradiction with your birth number. So you got to be very mindful.
That's true.
Yeah.
But look at all the 7s that's running there. The 7th month, and a day that ends in a 7, and a year that ends in a 7, which I think is interesting.
Yes, of course, because but again, there's an overthinking or an indecisiveness that they had to deal with, when in actuality, the 2 and the 7. That 2 and the 7 is powerful, although it kind of goes against the 9 to a certain. It challenges the 9, but it doesn't have to challenge it. It can actually complement it if you understand using the spiritual aspect of 2 and 7, which is the downloads and the uploads, because those are 2 water numbers that you do pick up on things quickly. But the 9 is saying assertively, put it to work. Put it to work, because 27 is the number of the scepter. It's a number of creativity and productivity, but you got to put it to work and finish what you start. That's all it's saying. That's the story that it's telling me.
Well, Simon, that's exactly why you're on the show tonight. Okay, buddy? Now, what about Yellow Souls Creates? They're born 10/10/2004, which is interesting. They have a 6 destiny, a life path. But what say you?
2002, yeah. Well, you know what's so funny? When you add the 10 plus 10 plus 2002, it adds up to 2022. So right there, I see the master number going across. I mean, the angel number 222 already. Because
I look at the zeros going across it too.
And look at the zeros. But remember, 1010 in vision philosophy. 1010 is an acute vision. So that's the vision of the eagle and the falcon. So whatever you put your mind to, because 10 is the wheel of fortune energy, and now you double that frequency. If you put your mind to it without second guessing it, without being unbalanced, without running away from it, because when you wanted something, when you wanted that shoe or that dress for that moment, you went and got it, because that's the acute vision. 2020 is the human vision, but the acute vision is the eagle, the falcon, the birds of prey knows and see their prey from a mile away and go and get it. That's what 1010 has to do. And then because your life path is a number 6 or a number 222, that 6 they'll come with love, come with understanding, especially when you wanted that man. You went and got it if you know how to get it. And if you ran, and I tell people all the time, now that you got that number 6 life path, always think on the healing level. You came here to heal, help, teach, and also heal from what happened in your family of your past. Forgive, let go, and grow, and you'll see a lot of improvement in your life too. If I'm making sense, you can put
it makes perfect sense. And as a wheel of fortune, it means one's plans are likely to be carried out, all depending on their attitude. You know, there's a question that people have asked me, Simon. Yes, how can you tell a number is good or bad? I have a very simple solution from it. What would you say? So a person is a number 1. How could you tell whether this person is good or not good?
I tell people in numerology, there's no such thing as good and bad. There's highs and lows, constructive and destructive. Because if you're number 1 and you're operating on the arrogance of the number 1, then that's where it will take you, or the hard-headedness of the number 1. But if you're operating on the creative aspect of 1, that's the higher level. And I always tell people, when you realize that your vibration is going towards the lower, you got to learn to manage your weakness and strengthen your strength. Manage your weakness, because we go through this in life. Sometimes me and Lloyd go through being upset, and then we have to check ourselves.
Yeah, we're human too. Simon, we're human too.
And numbers is not here to control us. It's here to guide us. It's not here to control us. It's like a GPS. If you know your way home, you don't need the GPS. But when you do want to find your way home, then you say, all right, Sherry, take me home. Boom, 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 and take me where they got to go. That's all. People got to pay attention. So numbers don't care really if you believe in them or not. They work behind the scenes whether you believe them or not. You don't have to believe them or not.
Yeah, well, we bear witness, so we know. We know.
And what do you say when they ask you about good or bad numbers?
Well, to me, it all depends upon the actions of the person. So, for example, if you blocking people's blessings, if you robbing, lying, cheating, scheming, that's obviously living on the bad side of the number. Exactly. You know what I'm saying?
And plus, you had to develop that over years, because no baby comes out doing that.
No, that's a learned behavior. Exactly, Simon.
Exactly.
So that's why we know about the numbers, but we also know what environment did you come out of? Did you come out of a loving environment, a protective environment, a neglectful environment? It will begin to shape and mold the actions of your numbers.
Exactly.
That's why we're good at what we do, Simon. Okay?
Yes, sir. And I heard Jackie did a great job yesterday. I heard on your show.
She got a lot of props too. She did. She was talking about the master number. She was looking good. She was probably smelling good too.
Yeah, I'm sure she was.
But she was just great. She was just
my meticulous self. When she first opened up, there was somebody behind her in a light blue dress that was coming out of the kitchen or something.
That was probably her mother.
Yeah, I seen her in the background. So
Yeah.
my mind, my eyes, I pick up on every little bit.
Well, you can't help it. Now, what about, they says they would like a love reading. Ooh, they're out of Orlando,
Mm,
August
mm.
11th of 1977. Very good. So what say you about the Jackson Life Group?
Well, the life path of this person, August 11th, is a number 7. So the first thing I would say, first of all, love. You remember that movie, Beautiful Mind?
Yes, yes.
They should love their mind first. And once they learn to love their self, their mind, physically, spiritually, mentally, and emotionally, then they will attract the love that they want in their life. That's very important because 11 is the revealer. And sometimes 11, on this negative, Lloyd, that they got to be very careful of treacherous people, deceiving
Sure,
people, and those
sure,
type of people that come in their
sure.
life. A good book I would always tell people born under those frequency that can attract those people, those type of people, they got to really, there's a good book that I call Dodging Energy Vampires. Get a book called
Interesting,
Dodging Energy Vampires by
interesting.
Kristen Northrup. Because she got as a number 11, or people born under that 2 or 11 or that 20 or that 29 frequency, they got to be very careful of energy vampires, who they pull. Or if you have a lot of those numbers in your chart, your name or your birthday or whatever, you got to be very careful of energy, because they might love to be in love from a certain aspect, but they need spiritual love. They need somebody that's walking that spiritual and healing and innovative, meditative path. They can't just have any and anybody inside of their vortex or around them, if that makes any sense to them.
It makes sense.
But
And it fits in line because going away, I saw this billboard advertising a
yes.
movie, and I think it was called Illumini something, but it
Mm-hmm.
says, embrace the darkness, but fear the light. That's the vampire. And
Yes.
I just thought that
Yes.
was so odd. Why would you want to embrace the darkness and fear the light? Because when the light shines, it shines on everything. In fact, when you put it in the sun, it cleans. Okay.
Yeah, exactly. But if they're looking for love this year, let's go there. If they're looking for love this year, they are in a 9 personal
Yep.
year.
Yep.
So 9 and 11, again, that 11, which is a 2, you got to be a little bit more mindful. But 9 is really reminding you to cleanse and remove people, places, and things that no longer serve your high purpose, so you can receive what you want. And more than likely, you're going to receive it if you went on an international trip, or somebody that's outside of your religion or your way of life, or might not even be your same color, your complexion. Go ahead and really look for the spirit, the essence of a person, number 11. Don't just look in the surface, because all that glitter is not always gold. So you got to be very mindful, especially
Yeah.
11 and master number frequencies. Got to be very mindful.
And when you talk about frequency, this is the birthday of Alex Haley, that
Alex
wrote
Haley, yeah.
Roots
Yeah.
and Malcolm
Right,
X
right.
biography,
Yes.
and also Jose Silva, that discovered the silver
Oh, yeah,
mine.
I got the book right here. I got
Yeah,
the
I got
book
it
right
too.
here.
I got it too. Yeah, both Leos.
Boy, Lloyd, we've been collecting books, but you got much more than me, sir. I know that for
Yeah, I
real.
have issues. I have issues, but we both got issues, though, Simon. But they're nice
Yes, we did.
issues. They're
Yeah, I
nice
like it.
issues about learning.
Mm.
Now, Denisha says, good evening, gentlemen. She would like a reading from Brother Simon. That's you. And talking about the master number, she's 222
Mm.
1985 out of Kansas City, Missouri. So
Man,
she's from the
woo,
Show Me
that.
State. So you gotta be correct with this one.
Yeah, you gotta and plus you're born the same day as Dr. Julius Irvin himself, Dr.
Yep,
J himself, my
yep,
brother. I love
yep.
Dr.
Ted
J. I was
Kennedy,
growing,
a
I grew
host of other people born on that
a
day.
whole host of people. But anytime you see those 222 energies and that frequency, you got to realize that everything is going to work out well, because that 2 is an inspiring number. Because you got the 222, which your alignment number would more than likely be that number 6 energy. You came here to heal and help. And remember that the master number 22 is here to do things on a masterful, architectural, building level, and help to tap into things from a global perspective. And your life path adds up to a number 1 also. So you're supposed to not only lead the path on your healing and your global expectations, but you're also supposed to bring some form of balance and healing to the world, even if it's on a mediocre world. But because you have that 222, remember that 222, remember the 22 itself is connected to 4, which rules technology. So even if you're doing it from your home, you can make a great impact over technology. And be on a number one in what you do from your own perspective with your own unique gifts. All you have to do is really trust that everything is working out exactly as you supposed it to be, because you're very intuitive. You gotta tap into your intuition. Don't doubt it. Before numerology and astrology, your intuition kicks in to guide you. So let it guide you and stop running away from it and run to it. To it.
And you know what's interesting? She's also born the same day as Gil Noble, who used to have Like It Is every Sunday.
Yes,
you know?
The great Gil Noble.
So,
man, I missed that show.
So there's a lot of things that we've experienced to our good fortune. But she is different and sensitive and super sensitive, and yet like to be very, very different. That is her whole.
Look at her. If that's her picture, look at her. Let's look at her. They're very beautiful. All that 6 energy, because that alignment number is a 6. Very beautiful people, but there's certain things she probably has to heal from her family, the past, whether it's a mom's side or a father's side. My gift is to also be able to see the trauma sometimes of the number and try to help you go along and get that. If you have done your forgiveness work, that's beautiful. But if you're still cleansing things out from relationships of your past and all that kind of stuff, you got to really do that healing work, because you came here to bring some form of balance, harmony, and truth, not only to yourself, but to others around you, and forgive whatever happened, especially in the past. Let it go.
Now, Shannon says, Lloyd, don't forget about me. I don't know where she is, but I'll try to find her. But in the meantime,
I see that up here too.
Shannon, we're gonna look for you, okay? This is from Lotus Love, though. She says, good day. May I have a reading for my child and myself? My son is born 10/10/2022. Look at all those doubles. Wow. And she's born 7/17/1989. So let's start with her.
Yes. And then are you gonna start with her, or you gonna?
No. Excuse me. This is your you doing this. Excuse me. I correct myself, brother. This is your piece.
Well, again, that 10/10 energy, that child there is going to say what it means, mean what it says, and be on a very that very high level of expectancy can come from him. But you got to make sure that that child doesn't doubt himself. And because his alignment number, when you add the 10 plus 10 equals that 20, you got to be very protective of that child, because sometimes those even number frequencies attract molesters, and they could show up in teachers and all that, fondlers. So you got to be very careful to protect that child because of that loving energy that it has. And more than likely, it will say what it means and mean what it says. But if it doesn't have a parent that supports him, that's going to be a problem. If the 2 parents don't, because he needs the 2-parent home. And if you're in issues, because I noticed that you ain't talk about the husband either. So a lot of women just like to put up them and their child. How is he going to deal with the father? Because remember, his alignment number is a 20. 10 plus 10 equals 20. And that too deals with that the child needs balance in his life. And if somebody is knocking or stopping him from getting that balance, or having some type of male figure in that life to make balance, there's going to be a problem with that child. And he's going to be indecisive, second guessing, probably become argumentative, because again, that number 1 says what it means and mean what it says. And that life path, of course, when you add the 2022, it adds up to 2042. And of course, that's the 6, that's the 8 life path. So you got to teach him about finance. Let him read the book as he's getting older, or start reading to him Rich Dad, Poor Dad, who was also born under number 8. He was born April 8, Robert Kiyosaki. Start putting him into the business mindset, but understanding the spiritual needs and use of currency, as well as the physical use of currency. That's the guidance that you have to have. And because his life path is an 8, and you're born on the 17, which is the 8, business is going to be very about.
And that's the best of the 8 series. And this is the year of the 8.
The year of the 8. That's right. So, and now want me to go to her or not? Or you want to keep it even on me? Because I went into that child much more than ever.
No, go to her, because we can't leave her out. She's July 17th.
Yes, she's July 17th. Of course, that number 17 is the legacy leaving number. You're supposed to, there's a song that comes on in back of the movie called Accountant. I'm just trying to leave something behind. You got to leave something behind, because that's the number 17 that says you're supposed to leave some legacy for that little boy who is going to take your legacy to another level, because his life path is an 8. And he's going to be a strong leader.
Right. Exactly right.
And
it's like he's going to fulfill her legacy, all depending on what she leaves to him.
Exactly. And not only is her alignment number is a number 6, but also her life path is a number 6. So there is a forgiveness that you have to practice. And in order for you to break the cycles of the 8, the karmic negative cycle of the 8, you have to forgive, let go, and grow, like the great 17 Les Brown used to say. Forgive, let go, and grow.
Yeah,
I don't care who it is. I don't care if you have problems with the daddy. I don't care if you have problems with the mommy. I don't care if you have problems with your ex-husband or your father, your mother. You got to forgive, let go, and grow, and stop holding on to things mentally, because you're born in that 7th month, and you can hold on to things also deeply.
Well, here's what we're going to do. I found Shannon, and now I see why she said to forget her.
Oh, that's why
she made a donation. So, and I'm going back and going back to find out who she was. Quite a few made a donation. So I'm going to do a Brother Rich thing for a moment, get the donations out the way, and go back. Because now, okay, Shannon, we got you. Now she's born on June the 2nd. So what say you about her?
June 1974. So her life path adds up to a number 2 also. So she's born June the 2nd. Very loving spirit. And like you would say, you got to give that girl some sugar at least twice a day. Give her some hugs. Very beautiful woman.
No question.
But because her alignment numbers are 8, she should be aligned with multiple streams of income, because that number 2 came here to be a companion, came here to help, came here to bring balance to the situation. But she should have multiple streams of income that's leading her into doing something like that on multiple levels. And she came here to do some great purpose that's dealing with either relationship, couples. She has writer's numbers around here. So she needs to write her ideas and write her thoughts and have multiple streams of it, and do it, like I said about the last person, do it in the 2nd day or the 2nd of every month, or in 2 weeks or 2 years. Always have that plan to expand your growth, expand your business on a multiplicity of levels, because you're aligned to make money. And it's not that she has problems making money. It's just about how she invests her money. It's going to be very important, whether it's in gold, silver, crypto, whatever. She has to invest it properly so she can leave a legacy for whatever children or family she wants to do. And she does have 11 life path if you add it a certain way. But again, a lot of people want to be, and I heard Jackie say it live. Everybody want these master numbers, but don't realize that it goes right back to a number 2 if you're not ready to be a master.
Yeah, if you're not ready to be a master, those expectations. And I like another way that Jazz puts it too. She says, to whom much is given, much is required. And I say that one.
And we always say, of course, there's another saying: with great power comes great responsibility.
Responsibilities, yes.
And if you're not willing with those powerful, you might, in a way of adding your name, if you add it the old way we did it, it will come up to 1982, which is a 20. 1 plus 9 plus 8 plus 2 is a 20. That's another way where you're adding across the newer method of adding you're using. That's why you found the 11. But everybody want to jump up and down for that 11. 11 is a very destructive number on its negative, when deceiving people can come into your life and be very destructive and treacherous towards you. So you need to grow into understanding those master numbers so you'll be able to be alerted when they're coming.
Simon, you're all right with me, buddy. That's all I can say. This is Thomas Wade. He made a donation too. Thanks, by the way, for Shannon and Tony and other people that made donations. We'll get them straight. And but thank you. Simon, can I keep you a little past the hour if you don't mind?
Yeah. We're cool. Yeah, we're cool.
Good. Okay.
And I'm broadcasting on my channel too, so they're getting some cheeks.
But you know how Brother Rich does. Brother Rich is starting, then he'll get going, and he'll go.
I'm broadcasting on their channel, on my channel, so everybody's seeing it on my channel also.
Very good. So what's say about this Aquarius 6 person, Tony? Because his name adds up to an 8, so I know he likes older women.
Yes. And his alignment numbers are 8. So yes, he's been attracted to older people since he was young. Older methodologies, older. He probably was close to his grandparents or something, or somebody older. And he's born the same day of the person like Bob Marley. He's born the same day as Bob.
Yes,
he's born the same day as the guy who started Bragg's Products. He's born the same day
as Natalie Cole, King Cole.
And Natalie Cole, yep.
Natalie Cole's daughter.
They are very, you remember, the 6 is usually very beautiful and handsome people and great people.
Very nice boys.
They magnetically attract money, people, and finance. It's a central number, but you got to be very careful of what it is that you attract, especially when it comes to women, because sometimes even in their perspective, women can be a blessing and a curse when it's usually for the number 2. But any balanced number, people, all those even numbers, got to be very careful of relationship that can be a blessing and a curse. That if they're not balanced and they're attracting people that need balance and help all the time, but some of those people that need help and balance, they're not willing to heal and grow, and you'll be wasting your time giving all your energy to them.
Yeah,
exactly. Throw him off their center. And his life path is a number 5. So he can be highly sexual, enjoy all the kind of things that he want to do, but he got to be very careful of being scattered and just allowing any and anybody. If they're not reciprocal with their energy, let them go. Let me say it again for the people in the back of the mathematical universe. If they're not reciprocal with their energy, give and take here, yin and yang, let their ass go.
Another way of saying it is keep it moving. Okay.
Keep it moving. Like I like to say.
This is Riza 777. She's born March the 1st of 1992 at 7:48 a.m. How can she improve her finances? Actually, she's in a good luck cycle this year anyway. But go ahead, Simon. This is your reading. Go ahead.
Well, her life path is a 7. So the only way you're going to increase because your life path follows you throughout your life with all the other numbers. Yeah. It follows. Yeah. That's what it does. It follows. I don't call it the most important, but it follows and help out with the other things pertaining to your name, your birthday, and all of that. So because your life path is a 7, you got to reflect on, stop chasing and start attracting. You got 777 up there for a reason. That your life path is a 7.
And it adds a 21, which is a 3 that governs her zodiac sign of Pisces.
That governs her, and she's born the same day as Harry Belafonte. She's born the same day.
I was going to say Harry Belafonte was born on that day. Yeah.
And Burning Spear, the reggae artist, is born. And then with that 777 jackpot number, remember that's the law of attraction number. So you need to attract and not chase, but you have to prepare the groundwork because your alignment number is 3 + 1 = 4. You have to be willing to prepare that groundwork and build from the foundation and build up so you can attract it. And whatever you attract, you want to be able to keep and not lose it.
And especially since she has a 7 destiny. That is the only way.
Exactly. And that's with her name, right? That's what her name.
No, I'm looking at the month, the day, and the year she's born. She's born in the year of the 3.
Oh, yeah. Her life path is
destiny 777. And in fact, 7, other than Cancer, is often drawn to the sign of Pisces. So that makes sense.
Yes. And she got to stop overthinking and worrying about things when you're actually supposed to meditate and attract. Meditate and manifest. That's what you're supposed to do. Because the 1 is going to propel it. That number 1 energy, and because you're born under that sign of Pisces, you're already very intuitive. That 7 just added another kick to it.
And thank you very much for the donation. If I didn't say it, this is another person, Randall. His wife's birthday is January the 6th of 1991. Remember Van McCoy that did The Hustle out of DC?
Yes.
This is his birthday.
Yes.
Remember Ralph DeLorean, the DeLorean car at that time? He was also born on January the 6th. Anyway, they says they've gotten a reading last time from Lloyd, so they want a reading from you, buddy. And thanks for the donation, Randall.
Well, since she's we got to remember also
his wife.
His wife. That's why I'm saying she. But that's a guy that came on my show, DJ Bucket Naked. He has a whole platform, DJ Bucket Naked. So big up to Bucket Naked. I see why you got that wife too, because that sister's a loving woman, and she's probably very beautiful. And of
she
course,
no nonsense too.
She no nonsense.
Capricorn 6. Okay.
Oh, Lord, and this is a good year for a Capricorn because this is an 8 personal year. And
she's in a 6 personal year too. And with her born in 1991, she's also in a pregnancy cycle too.
Yeah, so be careful, Bucket Naked. Because when you add that 1 plus that 6 plus that 1991, that adds up to 1998. That means her life path is a 9. So she says what she mean what she says, but she has to say it from a loving humanitarian fact. And she's a very loving energy. And she should finish what she started, but she needs to do more healing work, helping work. Anything that she's into, she should help, heal, be of service in any capacity because she does love to help people, but she has to be careful of who she tries to help. You know, not everybody deserves her helping energy. So she got to stay focused. She can't be the mother hen to everybody. So calm it down and try to guide people to find their greatness by asking them the question that will pull it out of them, because you intuitively know how to tap in just because of the alignment number also. That can help you to tap in even more. Yeah, so
good. This is Essence. Thanks for the donation. Much appreciated. And this is Nashati, I think. Peace Brothers. They're born August the 27th. Their birthday is coming up next week. In fact, on Tuesday of next week. Dennis Cameron Jr. Any thoughts of on Tesla quotes from 3, 6, and 9? Because we know that Tesla was a Cancer 1. And he says those who understand the 3, 6, and 9 understand the universe. But I'll put it in your hands, sir.
You know, the 3 represents expansion, 6 represents harmony, 9 represents another level of international connection on a higher level, because 9 is the single digit number, the highest single digit number in the universe. So from his mathematic perspective, he kept on seeing the 3, 6, 9. If you study or study anything by Michael Robert E. Grant, who I had the privilege of bringing him on at the Forbidden Knowledge, he's another mathematician that wrote the book Philomath. He wrote that book, very good book. I have it in my arsenal. But understand, as far as 3, 6, 9 is pertaining to you, because she's born August 27, her power numbers is the 9, 5, and 6, as we know. 9, 5, and 6 is her power number. So 3, 6, and 9 is connected to you just by a few numbers that popping up, but to utilize the 3, 6, and 9 for yourself, because that 9 is connected to 3, that 2, 7 is connected to 3, 6, and 9. It's in its own way. Be willing to expand and be joyful in your expansion. Be willing to bring balance and harmony and be joyful in your best, and be willing to always take it to the next level, never limiting yourself, because 27 in compound numerology is the number of creativity and productivity, and then you'll reap the harvest, because it's called the number of the scepter. So you mathematically have a scepter that has been passed down from generation to generation. You just got to be willing to use the scepter and wield the scepter appropriately and positively
when needed. Thank you. Thank you. Well put, Simon. Couldn't have said it better myself. Now, this is Tyler Wayne Rebector. Thank you very much for the donation. They're born December the 25th. And ironically, I've read a lady today out of Texas born on this day, December 25th. He says, tell him about himself, please.
First of all, you already know who you are. I don't have to tell you nothing. My job as a Numerovator is to help you to maximize the number and activate it. It's just like when you're listening to some good music and you want to turn up the volume. The numbers are a frequency that you can turn up because you're already born with knowing your purpose. The 25 is just that you overthink it too much. Stop overthinking what you're supposed to do and just do it. When you add the 12 plus the 25, that adds up to 37. So what it is that you got to learn to communicate with a happy attitude with your spiritual essence of who you are. And once you tap into it through meditation and affirmation, then your spirit or your dreams or your walking attitude and walking connection to your daydreams will give you the message. But what happens is you want somebody to tell you about yourself. You're a grown ass person. I don't have to tell you about yourself. You know who you are. It's just that, are you willing to stop overthinking about it? Are you willing to stop living in the compassion of it? And are you willing to adapt, improvise, and overcome all of the things that's been holding you back because of your overthinking, when 2 + 5 = 7, and 7 is here to attract what they want. You got to attract it. And because when you add that 25, 12 plus 25 plus what year is he born? 1997. That adds up to a 2034, and 2034 adds up to a number 9 that says you need to finish what you stop and stop overthinking it. Anything you put your mind to, you need to finish it. Complete the task. Use the number 25. Say, look, I'm going to do this in 25 days, 25 weeks, 25 months. And you're born under Capricorn, the make it happen sign. Then make it happen. Don't talk about it.
And I like the way his elements work, because he's an earth sign with a water number, which means he has a nurturing kind of personality. And it also tells me too that Tyler likes older women, which is also
and he has to, but he got to stop nurturing other people and start nurturing in his own gift. That's what it's telling me. Stop nurturing other people because you want to help them, and start nurturing your own gifts and talents and skills.
All righty. This person here, Mr. VIP, thank you so much. $10 donation. They born January the 12th. First, this is the birthday of famous singer Phil Perry.
Dr.
Anyway,
Khalid Abdul Muhammad. Dr.
Yes,
Khalid Abdul Muhammad.
Exactly.
Rush Limbaugh was born this day.
Yeah, Rush Limbaugh, and also Howard
Limbaugh.
Stern is born on this day, and also, believe it or not, Jeff Bezos is born on this day as well.
Oh yes, that's right. Jeff Bezos was born on this day. That's right. So of course, that number 12, you got to be very mindful of stagnating your throat chakra, because sometimes that is known as the hangman, and sometimes it's called the victimization and sacrificial lamb type energy, where you might sacrifice yourself for other people's bullcrap, other people's intrigues. Don't become a sacrificial lamb for other people's bullcrap. That's why you got to speak up,
Simon. I like how you put
that. you gotta speak up in a timely fashion, of course, and avoid getting into any scandals in any way, especially through gossip and all that. And sometimes, because your alignment number is that 13, that 1 plus that 12 equals 13, that's the number of power and dominance. But if you don't use the 13 properly, it will wreak havoc in your life. And because your life path, when you break it all down, as up to number 5, there's a scattered energy. The 3 and the 5 are very scattered energy. You got to stop scattering your thought when the 4, or your alignment number, which is a 13, which is a 4, is trying to remind you to be disciplined with all the ideals and things that are coming. You can't be scared. That's what made Dr. Khalid such a profound teacher, because he organized himself, but yet was able to be fun, jovial, and happy while teaching knowledge. That's why when you watch Dr. Khalid and he taught, he dropped it like it's hot, had a little fun, but he made sure the men and the women was in order. You couldn't just run up on Dr. Khalid because he had the discipline, and he always had that discipline of that alignment number 4, but he had the charismatic number 3 around him, making it do what he had to do. So use your charisma, but in an optimistic, jovial, and happy attitude, and be willing to be creative and compassionate about whatever you want to do in your life. Remember, I'm here to activate your numbers. I'm not going to read nobody. I don't read people. I tell people that I'm a consultant. I'm not into the readers. I respect the readers, but I don't read people. I'm not going to tell you about your beauty of yourself and all that bull crap. I don't do that. I want you to work it, make it work. Right, Lord?
That's why you're my man. Okay, no question.
I'm a number one. I'm number one. I say what I mean and mean what I say, Lord. You know me, Lord.
This is Yada. He is born on July the 6th. 50 Cent's birthday, the Dalai Lama's birthday, former President Bush's birthday, and Della Reese's birthday, and a couple other people. But what say you about him?
I mean, look at the life of Kevin Hart and 50 Cent. Just look at their life right now and how they're expanding. Right now, they're in a 11-year cycle, a 12-year cycle themselves. This year, right now, this is the year of expansion for you. So don't look at what 50. Nobody what you care, what you think about 50 Cent. The man don't drink, he don't smoke, he's disciplined about what he does,
and he donates to the community too.
And he donates to the community. So you need to expand and grow just like 50 is doing right now. But what it is, sometimes his alignment number is at that number 13. Again, that 4, which can be in their head, because my book, Numerovator for Mental Stability, and in Lloyd's book, you read about it, that 4 can live in their own head and become depressive and overthink too much. So in my book, number 4 is one of the primary numbers of mental health and mental imbalance if they don't learn to structure what they're doing, discipline their mind by listening to powerful affirmations that can keep them on a higher level. Obviously, Kevin Hart is doing it. Obviously, 50 Cent is doing it. Obviously, they're doing something that keeps their mind at a higher level, although they're very meticulous about what they do. If you watch 50 Cent and listen to his interview or listen to Kevin Hart's interview, no matter through the jokes and all the trolling, 50 Cent is very calculated.
Yeah, he's very serious. He thinks.
Very calculated.
That's what I like about him. He really, really thinks.
Yes, he really, and that's what this person has to do, because what happens, that 7 plus 6 plus the year that they're born, 1993, adds up to a 2006, and that's the number 8, and 8 is the number of discipline, order, just like the number 4, but it's a number of attracting currency. But be very careful of liabilities coming in your life. Get the assets, leave the liabilities alone. Get rid of them.
Well, we
People,
have a
places,
few
and
more
things.
donations to get
Let's
out the
do it.
way.
Let's do
This
it.
is
Let's
Charlotte
do it.
Monroe. Hoops, Charlotte Monroe. She says she donated but forgot to put her birthday because I saw her name listed, and
I
I'm
understand.
working kind of backwards. But she's born
Right.
March 15th. What's her birth? I mean, what say you about her?
Oh man, very beautiful Pisces energy there, you know, and of course her alignment numbers are 18, which is a 9. So she says what she mean what she says, but she got to be loving. Remember that number 15 in tarot is the devil card. So you got to bring balance, girl. You got to understand the material and the physical realm. And that life path that she adds up is a number 9 also. So she got to be very careful of how she say things and always say things in a loving manner, but finish the job, especially because you came here to help, heal, guide, be of service on a higher level. You love beautiful things, you love beautiful people, but you got to be very careful of who you're attracting, because that all that is glitter, not gold. And sometimes you attract men and women or friends that need help and healing a lot. You're like a counselor, but if you haven't turned it into a business, then what are you doing? Become a life coach. Do something, you know, be something of service on a higher level. Create your product. My dear friend Ella Samori, she born the same day. Pick up to Ella Samora. That's why she has her products. She does her readings. She does tarot. She has her children. And y'all are very intuitive. Just tap in and use it to the best of your abilities, my dear.
I like when you be fussing, Simon. You're all right with me. This is May Muslima Walker.
Muslima, right.
May 18th. She is a Taurus.
Them Taurus, the bulls all day. You all right with your throat? You clearing your throat? Let me clear my throat.
I should have had some water because I'm so busy.
Have mercy, babe.
That's what I should have had next week. I drank a lot of water before I came on, but anyway, let's keep it rolling. So, what say you about Miss Walker?
How you doing, Miss Walker? First and foremost, you got to remember that your alignment number is a 23. 23, when you add that 5 plus that 18, is the royal star of the lion and the lioness. It is a promise of advancement. It's one of the best combination, as Lloyd and others has taught us, that it's one of the best combination of numbers to have. So the only thing that you have to avoid is being scattered with your thought. And because the 18 is there, you have to be willing to finish and complete what you start. And because your life path adds up to number 3, you need to write down your ideals, because people with that life path number 3 turns their pain, pleasures, and passion into profit all the time. But it's about you writing and putting them to work. And like I always say with people with your personal number, use your number 18. I'm going to do this in 18 days, 18 weeks, 18 months. Or because it adds up to 9, I'm going to do this in 9 days, 9 weeks, 9 months, because you have a lot inside of you pinned up. But don't let the scattered energy of the 5th month that you're born or the alignment number that is, because all these numbers can be turned on and off any time of your life. It's just that each number has their strength at different periods of time, but they can all be turned on, because they came through to guide us, not control us. Just be on you.
You know, yes, the guy, the brother we just read, DJ Bucket
Naked,
and his wife is January the 6th, and I said she'd probably be in a pregnancy cycle too. And we talk about that. Here's what he said. She is pregnant.
Okay. Yes, that's right. That's right. Yeah. Hey, she's a number 6. That's a living pregnancy there. 6 looks like a pregnant woman.
You better leave her alone.
I'm just saying. You know who I am. Bucket Naked.
Anyway, this is Deborah Lucas Jackson. Thank you so much, dear. I really appreciate that. And I'm trying to I think we're almost out the way. This is
we got
Quintus $5 donation. Thank you so much, Quentin Harrison. They're born September 4th.
Yes, the same day as Beyonce, same day as Billy Carson. Big up to
Billy Carson born on that day. Yeah, he's got a birthday coming up in 2 weeks.
He got a birthday coming up. And what's so funny, that the year that they're in, that y'all are in, is an expansive cycle right now. So you're entering a 3-year cycle this year. So, but you're also in your critical cycle. So this is like, if you ever had the Kirby vacuum cleaner, please do a deep clean of your life. People, place, things, all of that before your birthday. Do the cleansing, because remember, your birthday represents your personal new year. Not January 1st, unless you're born on January 1st. But the critical cleansing cycle says you have to do the critical deep cleansing of people, places, and things. So you'll be open for this new cycle year that's about to come in for you. And it's about expanding and growing. And again, watch what Billy is doing. Watch what people like Beyonce is doing on a certain level. Study their interviews, study their shows, because you can be doing it on a high level, especially because that alignment number is a 13, and 13 is a power and dominant number. You came here to show and wield your power and be dominant in the field. But if you're second guessing yourself, being indecisive, overthinking because of that 4, Billy calls me all the time and asks me about certain numbers to make sure he's in alignment. As a matter of fact, I did their wedding ceremony as far as aligned them up with their numbers. And sure enough, boom, the wedding was good. It was raining. And then right before the wedding, everything stopped. And then the sun came out. One of the most beautiful weddings that they had in Bali.
I know you said.
I was cool. I wasn't even there, because you had to take 2 planes to get there. I couldn't get over there. But I'm in Bora Bora. I think it's Bora Bora they was in. But this is you.
And they got the same numbers. I think she's a 541 and he's a 145.
Yeah, exactly. And the house that they live in is a 5. So always think
that means
on
the house
the level.
is on or near the corner, about the middle of the
yes,
block.
It is. It's right at the corner.
That's trying to help them out.
But this person has to just keep their mind right and don't let things hold them back and stop second guessing and overthinking. That's all they have to do.
Okay.
Next person.
Now, this is Mariah Harris. Thanks for the donation. They are born May 15th. And they keep seeing these numbers. And it's interesting. I noticed their numbers are the 6, 3, and 9. She sees 222, that's a 6, 333, that's a 9, 44, that's a 12, 777, which is 21, which is a 3, 123, that's a 6. The only exception to her 3, 6, and 9 is 9/11.
Yes, yes, he has 9/11. But and you got to think about it. 9 and 11 equals what? 20, right?
Yeah.
Her alignment number 5 plus 15 is a 20. So there it is. That's what she's supposed to see. And again, so her 5 plus her 15, her alignment number is a 20. So they see things what other people are not seeing, and that's what but what are you doing with the numbers that you're seeing? Because when you start seeing these angel or angle numbers, or what Sri Master Gano Grills call the divine digital codes. I like that. Divine digital codes is you have the option to take the angle on which it presents. You could Google them up, but you always got to remember there's positive and there's negative, or there's constructive and destructive. And because you're born under that healing frequency and that 20 alignment number, which says you came here with some great purpose to accomplish, and your life path adds up to a number 5, because it adds up to 2012 when you add all of it, which is a 5. You just got to be careful of being scattered. When you see these numbers, you probably say, I don't know what I'm supposed to do. I know they mean something. They're in your head. But you got to get out of your head and really look at your life at those particular times. Some people, when they see 2, 2, 2, 3, 3, 3, 4, 4, 4, 7, 7, 7, or 1, 2, 3, they sit there and meditate about what's going on and calm down. And if you're seeing 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3 adds up to what? 6. And 6 is what's ruled the sign of Taurus. Again, you're seeing something that's connected.
Yes, she's so in alignment. And even her name, Harris 444, that's 12, which is a 3. So everything with the exception of 9/11 added to either a 3 or a 6 or a 9, which I think is, people would say, well, that's a coincidence, but you and I know how these numbers roll.
No, it ain't no coincidence. And again, that 9 plus 11 equals 20, and her 5 plus 15 equals 20. So again, we've seen another angle of it, just being awaken into something new and some great purpose that you came to do when you start seeing these beautiful angel, angle, or divine digital codes. Use them. You can Google them, but you got to remember this.
Oracle Oz, today is her birthday. So we want to give her a shout out. She is August 21st, which means she's old and young at the same time. And I call 3s the natural flirt of the zodiac. It's organic with them. They're not brazen. It's just natural.
My alignment numbers are number 3, so I know. Yes, I'm a natural flirt. Like R. Kelly song. I'm a flirt. Well, she born the same day as Umar Johnson. Today is his birthday. Says
Yeah, that's
Usain
exactly
Bolt.
right. Today is his birthday.
Today is
Yeah,
Usain Bolt's birthday, the fastest man out of Jamaica, Usain Bolt's birthday.
yeah.
And so this year, she should know that this year is a number 1 year cycle. New beginnings, new people, new business, you got a new attitude. Get a new attitude. You know, because sometimes that number 1 can reveal some of the things that you needed to heal from your past also. Because I remember going into a number 1 year cycle personally, and then I had to get my whole back tooth pulled out. That was the first time ever, a new cycle. I had to get and was it in pain? You damn right it was in pain. But because and that was a whole new pain that I've never experienced in my life. They want to take your wisdom tooth. I asked the dentist, look, do that mean you're going to remove my wisdom if you take my wisdom tooth? I'm not doing that with you. So in her new number 1 year cycle, just stay alert of the new possibilities of what you want to accomplish. And because remember 21, you remember that is the star of the Magi number.
Yes,
and
it is.
Magi are the alchemists of history that are able to turn little of nothing into something. And if you're willing to turn little of nothing into something, then be on the alert to turn all of your pain, pleasures, and passion and the things that you write down into this new cycle that you're in, all the way from 1 to 9. Produce, manifest, creativity, be assertive, be direct, be a paradigm shifter now in this 1 cycle year.
You know what's so interesting about the 21? They says to break a habit is 21 days.
21 days, yeah.
Start a habit is 21 days. And even in the 5 Tibetan rites, there are 5 processes. Each of those rites have 21 evolutions to balance the chakras in the body, which is very interesting. To Deborah Lucas, thank you very much. I think we read you earlier. I'm just trying to, I didn't want to leave nobody out. I think, did we do Rima Jade? No, we did not. Her birthday is coming up on Monday, the 26th. Congratulations. She is approaching her 40th birthday. She would love to hear the perspective of age 40. Well, life begins at 40 to me, because if 60 is the new 40, 40 got to be the new 20. What say you, Simon?
Well, in prophetic language, 40 is when a man or a woman hits their spiritual heights. That's why most prophets receive their prophethood at 40, which makes sense to me, because
40
that's
days,
when the
40 nights,
40 days, 40 nights.
Yeah.
The
40 for 40 days, 40 nights.
Right. The 4-0 itself deals with that structure and that discipline, with the 0 adding more dimension and protection and infinite understanding. Remember, the number 8 and the number 0 are the only ones that you could draw on paper and keep on going around and drawing on. This is an infinite number. 0 and 8. You can keep on making that same symbol. That's the only 2 numbers, so quote unquote numbers, that can do it. So because you are born 8/26, you got to just remember, right now you're in your cleansing cycle. I hope you remove people, places, and things that no longer serve your purpose, and stop overthinking, because your alignment number adds up to a 34, which is a 7. And when you have an alignment number or an achievement number at that point of your life, you have to trust the spirit, trust in your connection with the creator, because 7 is a spiritual, again, law of attraction number, and it's a number of reflection. But you also got to be very careful of who you attract in your life moving forward. And because this year you're going into what we call you're going into a number 15 year, which is a 6, This year you're in the crossroad. It's about bringing balance, going back to school or educating yourself, going to learn something new if possible, so you can create the streams of income that you need, because that 26 is the 8. And remember, 2, 4, 6, 8 are all healing numbers, but 26 have to be careful of bad speculation, bad partnerships, bad unions, and bad advice, according to compound numerology. So you got to be very focused on who you're allowing in and stop overthinking. You are able, because your alignment number is at number 7, you could tap in real quickly into people. You know how to read the room, but you give people the benefit of the doubt. So use your Virgo analytics, but use the spiritual analytics also to tap into what you need and how you need it, and keep on moving with it.
And her numbers are the 8, 6, and 5 anyway. So with her being in the 6th year, this is her year. So, and then she's born on the 26th, which is 8. This is her year. This is the last one for this, and this way I've got all the, because I never, when I look and see these people donate, it's normally after this show, and then after I go through all the comments, this person. See, since you got on, it brought a lot of people this way. So what say you about February 19th? This is Smokey Robinson's birthday.
And you remember, I'm born on the 1st of February, and my radio partner in the morning show on WWRL was Prince Kalunda. He was born February 19th. So we work. He lives in Florida now, doing a radio into the Caribbean and stuff. But yes, y'all are leaders. Remember, the number 19 is the number of the sun, according to tarot. So y'all came here to shine light onto things, shine light. And it is another successful number, but it's also known as a karmic number if you're not finishing what you start and doing the creative aspect of your life. That karma, remember, karma is not negative. Please, family, just because 19 is a karmic number don't mean that it's negative. It's just that it comes with certain energy that if you don't do certain things in this lifetime to propel the power of that energy, because 19 is still one of the best combination of numbers to have in your chart. You just need to alpha and omega, start and finish. And when you add your life, when it adds up, your life path adds up to a number 11. Because when you add that 2 plus that 19, and what year they're born, plus 1988,
84.
that equals
88. I'm sorry.
1988. That's 2000. That's 2009. And 2 plus 0 plus 0 plus 9 equals 11. You have the insight. You know how to download and upload things that you need to bring to fruition. And because 11 is the master number of not just of equilibrium and balance, but it's also master number of fame and fortune. But you also be very careful of people who try to deceive you along the way. But be open to pay. Let your intuition do the guide, like the GPS that it is. It's here to guide you, and be the leader and have leadership qualities in whatever you want to accomplish. Because again, that 2 plus that 19, that alignment numbers are 21, and 21 again is the star of the Magi number, but it comes with stuff. And you go through some stuff. With a 21, and whatever you go through, that don't kill you, make you stronger. It's a star of the Magi. So you got the alchemy energy around you, and then you got the sun energy of the number 19 around you. Alchemize what you want to do and then shine light onto it.
Simon, we're going to do 3 more numbers and birthdays, and then that's it. This is Delisha Bellamy. She's born June the 21st. She says she always sees 333s everywhere. She goes for about the last 23 years.
Makes sense. She's born on, come on now, look at the number she's born on.
You look at her first pinnacle, it's a 9.
It's a 9. 333 again. Yeah. Now, sometimes I like to pull out some books. Where's this book? I want to pull out, because I got the Angel Number book by Doreen Virtue, right? So that 333 that you see here, this is a good book to have.
Yeah, I got that book too. I got that book. Yeah.
So it says, you are completely surrounded, protected, loved, and guided by the benevolent ascended masters. The point with that 333, because she's born on the 21st, sometimes she can be very scattered with her thoughts, when in actuality, she's supposed to finish what she started and find some type of order and discipline with it. She got to think on this level, because that 6, again, her alignment number, that 6 plus that 21 equals a 9. But that 1974 that it adds up to a number 21 or number 2001, which is a 3. Again, that scattered energy show up. So it's important that you learn not to scatter your energy, but yet discipline your energy in order for you to accomplish the greater goals. That 333 is already letting you know that you got it, but that 3 plus 3 plus 3 equals 9 says you got to finish it. You got it, but you got to finish the job, finish the task. Stop holding on to things and stop being all over the place with things. You can do it. Just write the ideals and put each one of those ideals to work, because it's a powerful number to have when you're born under that 21, if you use it appropriately, because again, that's the star of the Magi number. Go ahead.
Simon, you are amazing. Trust me.
We are, sir. We are. We are, sir. We are. Hey, that's why I shouted you out at the awards, sir. That's why I shouted you out at the awards. We are amazing, sir.
Thank you, Simon. Thank you. We are brothers as far as I'm concerned. I tell everybody where I go shamelessly, we are brothers in more ways than we know. And if people understood how we used to hang too.
Oh, the parties. Yeah, the parties. You know how we get down, man. Lloyd is a party animal, man. Don't let him fool you. He can dance. And like your father said, you always give a man their props, and that's what I do on the
I had a
show.
great day, and he was a number one like you.
He was a number one like me, because we got to do that. But
one.
I thank your audience for allowing me. And if they want to book a session with me, it's already, all the contact is scrolling on the bottom. All you have to do is text me.
I was going to say, is all that correct, or is there anything that needs to be added or updated, Simon?
Everything is beautiful. Cash App, my link tree, all of it is good. Remember, I don't read people. I consult you so I can help you to help you to advance and maximize your number, activate and maximize your number. That's why I call it numerovation, using numbers and motivational principles that I've studied from Les Brown, Lisa Nichols, Eric Thomas. I add it all in. You'll hear me quoting them during your session so you can stay motivated and you listen. And I'll tell you to go listen to them and motivate, because I do numerovation. I want you to stay motivated.
Please check out his Cash App and his PayPal at the bottom, please.
Hey.
Please check out his Cash App and PayPal.
Hey. Oh, Felicia Harden is in the say, I want a reading. You know how to get a reading, girl. Stop playing. She texted me. You know how to get this reading, girl. But but it's Lloyd. I want to say in front of your audience that this brother that you watch on a regular, on a Monday and a Wednesday, is a beautiful soul. He's helped us all of us. He's taught for over 40 years now. And I always shout him out wherever I am. I have no problems doing that, because it doesn't hurt me. It's not hurting me. Actually, it helps me. And if I have too much business coming in, I tell people, go to Lloyd, or go to Jackie.
And I also recommend Simon.
Exactly. And I ran into Kaya the other day at the gathering. I was like, yo, Kaya, come on. That's one of your students.
What's up? Yo,
that's it. Ain't nothing. Hey, it's nothing like giving props to a good brother that's been doing it.
And it don't cost nothing. It has nothing to do with the ego, man. I mean, it's like,
no, man. No
why
ego.
is a person afraid to even say thank you or you're welcome?
Yeah.
I mean, it's very simple.
People, you know what I learned, ego? You remember Les Brown used to say, there's a negative and there's a positive to ego. Ego in its positive is what got you up to go do your sessions every day. That's an ego that gets you up to go brush your teeth, wash your face, and present yourself. But there's a negative. Les Brown says ego from the negative stance means etching God out. I say it enhances God originality in me. That's the ego for me on the positive. I don't etch God out, but I enhance God's originality in me, because the God energy is in me. Ye are God's children of the Most High. So I gotta stay on that point, Lord.
I say, brother. I say, amen. I say.
Lord,
I love you, brother.
The champ is here. The champ is here. We are the champs, Lord. We are the champs.
Let there be no question. Simon, I'm so sorry that your show was canceled, but selfishly,
no, it's not canceled.
I'm so glad you were here. Okay,
we're playing it on my channel right now, Lord. It's not canceled. We're playing it on my channel right now. We ain't canceled nothing. I was able to share it onto my platform right now.
Monique from Nicholas, Brooklyn said a text saying we need to do this more often. So maybe once a month or once every other month. We'll team.
You got to come on my show, bro. You got to come on my show. Let's have some fun, and you can share it to your platform. But Lloyd, I do want you to come down if you can make it in October, come on down for the anniversary, man. For my celebration, if you can make it down.
This is where you're giving the ancestral tribute to Baba Dick Gregory.
Yes, it's going to be at the New Black Wall Street where we met Mr. Allen at.
Yeah.
So I would love to bring you on stage and right before Ashwa Kwesi and all of that, because you
were so embarrassing, man.
But that's what we do, brother. I'm a number one, sir. I'm a number one, sir.
I know.
Don't embarrass your ass.
You said the great so international and world famous. It's like, I'm Lloyd, man. That's it.
It's but I love you. That's why. I love you. But if you can make it down, it's my 20. If you can make it for my 29th, it's beautiful. If you want to wait till my 30th, yes, next year, cool. But my 30th, usually I'm going to do New York and I'm going to do Georgia. I'm going to do two places, two different. I'm going to do New York and Georgia for my 30th.
In promotion and production. Love you much, man. Thank you very, very much. I'm going to end this and I'm going to just talk about some of the things I need to do. And I got to acknowledge the sponsors. And thank you for sponsoring the shows that you do
all the time, man.
And always, every time I'm on, you always seem to be on those shows, Brother Rich. You type how to reach me. It's just nice, Simon. I'm
And
really
please
blessed.
follow
I enjoy
me.
our relationship.
And tell your followers to follow me on YouTube at King Simon Presents. That's my main channel. And then I got the Numerovator Nation also. But I'm on IG at, of course, you can see the IG right here. I am King Simon. Follow me there also. And again, if you want to book my session or get any of my books, go to my link tree. Go text me your full name and date of birth. I have 2 different sessions, a 15-minute pre-recorded session. Then I have a full conversation on a 30-minute session. If you want to do any one of those, once you text me, I send you the details. You got my PayPal.me / King Simon, and you got my Cash App. That's King Simon, $ King Simon 3158, and those 3158 means something to me. That's why I put it right.
And you have an online course on Udemy, right?
On Udemy also, that's right. And you can go to my link tree for that. You'll see my online course. And I have an 8-hour course that if you pay for the Udemy course and you show me that you pay for it, then I give you a discount on my 8-hour course, which is I only send it to you. I don't give that to nobody else until they're ready for it. And then I'll make it happen, brother. But Lloyd, I love you much all the time, man.
Too, man. They say
shalom, all of that. All right, Lloyd. Take care.
Take care, Simon. All right.
Peace.
So obviously you can tell I'm very partial to the brother, but hey, that's how it is. He's my brother, you know, from different mothers, but he is the same. And I can't thank Simon enough. So let me just say this before I close. First of all, I want to thank everybody very, very much. I do want to let you know that the show has been sponsored by King Simon. He's got an ancestral tribute, as you've heard him talk about in a couple of months on Sunday, October the 13th there in Atlanta. I want to also thank Brother Riza Islam. The brother is brilliant. I mean, really, really, really. I mean, I was so honored to meet him. This is one of my favorite ladies, Monique from Nicholas, Brooklyn. She's just great. She's just great. And her daughter, Nicole is definitely going to carry on the business, I can tell. And this is also one of my favorite ladies here too, Manifest on Purpose, Miss Kimberly. For those of you, okay, please sign up for my newsletter. It is absolutely free, although it's so amazing. Seemed like August, I just put this thing up here, but now August is almost going into the week or two for a wrap. But if you don't want to read the newsletter, which is absolutely free, you can hear what I wrote. What I said and how I wrote it is 2 different things. So you can go to YouTube. It's the month of the Law of Attraction, which it is for August 2024. And Miss Kimberly and I, who sponsors my show, and I will actually do the recording of each of the signs. There's a timestamp, so you can go if you want to read your moon. Some says, well, I want to read my sun. Some will say, I want to read my sign ascendant, or whichever is your choice, and it'll give you a kind of a compilation of what all that means. Okay. And for those of you who have signed up for my app, thank you so much. If you should have any problems, okay, I'm beginning to understand what it takes to form a digital app. And I see now why there are updates and fixing bugs, and I had no clue. But if you have a problem, please send it directly to star8llc@gmail.com. I will forward it to my developers so they can have a new and improved. And I want it 100%, although nothing is 100%, but that's me. Everybody, I want you to have a great weekend. Take good care of yourselves. And my attitude is, you don't take care of yourself, the question becomes, who will? Have a nice day. Bye.